Now, if I was to ask you who you thought was the most interesting man in the world, who would you say? Perhaps the Dos Equis guy? Maybe even German 985? Or maybe even me? But what if I told you you'd be wrong on all three accounts? What if I told you I found the world's most interesting man? Irving Finkel is a British curator. He's 71 years old, and he's got to be the most interesting man in the world. So I decided to do a deep dive into Irving Finkel and some of his past videos, and I thought you should see him as well. I have to put on my glasses because I'm fucking blind and I can't see the screen. So
this board game is at least 4,500 years old, and it was played in the Middle East by the Sumerians, who probably invented it. And the thing is, you might think it's so old that it's irretrievable to us, that we've got no idea what it was like playing it, what the rules were like, or whether people enjoyed themselves. But all sorts of evidence has come to light so that we know how this game was played, and we can play it now with a great deal of excitement.
He's so eloquently spoken.
Violence. Sometimes it brings out savagery. I have to say that this does occasionally occur. So
I would love to see what Irving Finkel's version of savagery is. I love the way he phrased that. It does bring, in fact, it does bring out a little bit of savagery. Love that.
So we've decided to bring in a member of the public. I can't remember the chap's name.
I'm Tom Scott. I make videos about science, technology and the world.
Who's never played this game before.
I have never played this game before.
I'm going to give him a very swift overview of the rules, hope he masters them, and then I'm going to play. Of course, I'm going to play very gently at first because I don't want him to get upset. But if I have the slightest intimation that he's got the hang of it, I'm going to wipe the floor with him, because it wouldn't be at all for me, who discovered these rules, and after all, it's my game and I work in the British Museum, so there, I have to win, so there's not going to be any funny business with some sort of sleight of hand or any of that kind of stuff. Just follow carefully. You'll see who is the superior player right from the start.
That is the single best sentence I have ever heard in my entire life. Irving Finkel, I highly doubt you'll ever see this video, but if you do, I need you to know that I would do whatever it took to just get an hour of your time. What was that wording? And I would absolutely wipe the floor with the man. Give him an absolute mollywop. Fact, I'm just going to move myself out of the way, just so I can have that.
I have to win, so there's not going to be any funny business with some sort of sleight of hand or any of that kind of stuff. Just follow carefully. You'll see who is the superior player right from the start.
He's my new hero. No one can do that. Was the most, you hook, line, and sinkered me. Do you imagine if I could open up? That was the opening of the video. That was the intro. You imagine if I could hook people in like, disgusting.
We can see that in this very late version, it's a very complicated game indeed. And we're not going to do that now because, if I may put it this way, you are, relatively speaking, a beginner. We don't want to confuse you on the screen.
That's fair.
So I thought what we would do is start off with the simple, straightforward game, stripped down to the bare minimum. Right, it's the familiar old game with new rules, with betting and things like that in it. Betting for drink and women, other interesting matters. So
did he just slip in women?
Betting for drink and women, other interesting matters.
Could you imagine challenging Irving Finkel to an old card game with a woman on the line? Like you're at like a bar or something, and a girl comes in, and you're like, "She's cute. I'm gonna go talk to her." And he's like, "Well, hold on, chap. I think we should have ourselves a friendly game first, and then whoever the winner is shall be able to go over and court the lady." I'm saying this right now. If you're up against Irving Finkel in any sort of like a dating scenario where they pick, like a girl picks the winner, he's gonna win that every time. His accent alone would win him every time. I'd love to have him as a wingman. Jesus, God, he's cool. He's cool. I want to be like him.
Okay, I'm going home.
I hope you're not taking this personally or anything like that.
No. I'd be doing exactly the same thing.
Happy.
How do you pick up these dice? There we go.
I'm rather intrigued to discover that my opponent, who looks like a perfectly civilized person, is in fact mathematically capable, because none of my friends can count beyond 2 hands or fingers. I'm among them. When I went to school, the teacher wrote to my parents in maths saying that I needed to be sedated before the class because I behaved so badly, and I've never been able to count above 10 on my own.
Give me an hour every time. Oh, we could do a Zoom call. I'll do whatever it takes. I just needed to have you talk to me for an hour. Like, Well, he looks like a completely civilized fellow. However, it seems he was also mathematically capable. I'm going to start calling people mathematically capable for the rest of my life. That was the greatest thing I ever heard.
Because if you get a 1 or a 3 now, I'm in trouble.
I'll have to do my best. Because it's not really fair if you just splash through the game in the first thing, and they think you're cheating or something when actually, of course, you're just being very good at it.
So I'm on the Rosette, so I'm genuinely
you can talk his way out of everything.
Easy on me there.
I'm playing a quiet domestic strategy myself because I don't think it would be fair to be violent, as one ought to be really, and aggressive and shoot for the end at this early stage. I'm just testing the mettle of my opponent. He's doing rather well for a beginner. I have confidence that in perhaps a few years he will become a brown belt or something of that kind.
Nothing.
Right.
The way he roasts, I guess, people in the way that he says things, he's got this like dad vibe where I need him to be proud of me. I just need his approval. Do you have Twitter? Do you have a Twitter? Well, look if you have Twitter. There's one Irving Finkel on Twitter. Just joined December 2013. 3 following, 8 followers, no profile picture, nothing. Damn. He didn't strike me as the Twitter guy, but I was really hoping I could send him a DM. Hopefully he's out there. See this video, Mr. Finkel. Come on, man. Damn. No Twitter? How am I supposed to keep up with all the great things you've been saying?
Right, I think it's time we got this game moving.
All right.
Stage 2.
Ooh, we get the cinematic cut.
Very offensive move.
I hope you're not taking this domination personally.
I'm not.
It could happen to anybody. It could seriously happen to anybody.
Playing against
3.
one of the world's great. Yeah, there's only one move.
One of the
world. I don't know. Are there other curators out there?
This means war. I heard that.
He won. Not only did I decipher the rules of this ancient game, what do you mean I am the one? You referred to me as numero uno, boy. Oh, there should have been a boy in there. He's like, I'm ready for war, but I would have loved to have Mr. Finkel just hit him with a boy. Is he a lord? Can he be a lord? Can we make that happen? He's British, right? We can do that.
The really good thing about this game is you can never be complacent, because just when you think you've got it in the bag, bang, 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 and you have to go all over again. And I think that's one of the good things about it. So you never know who's going to win until you've won. And this is a good message for life.
Look, he's teaching too.
No one's actually bled to death playing this game. I never believe in that I want a 4 thing, because this is a very ancient game, and the gods of Mesopotamia, who of course used to watch this game in the past, if you'd have said that out loud, you wanted a 4, the last thing you would have got would be a 4. So I don't think it's a good idea to irritate them by making that kind of statement. You think privately to yourself you want a 4, and then you throw the 4. That's the best way of doing it, really.
Come on, 4. Oh, yes!
Not bad, under pressure. Statistically then, can you manage a 2?
Can I do it? No. Literally
See, all this statistic stuff, it's all very well and good, but when it comes to it, where does it get you? That's my question. I never use mathematics or statistics or calculations or...
Irving, my guy, you can't be just lunging at me like that. I was in the moment. Oh my God. He gave me a damn near heart attack with that. He punked me out. Oh, Jesus. I didn't realize I was that invested. Oh my God, play that back.
You, that's my question. I never use mathematics or statistics or calculations or anything at all like that, because I can't do it. So I just hope for the best.
But it's such a goated fucking... I love
the odds of you throwing a 1 are slim.
It's such a goated mentality.
Slim, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He's blowing on it now.
Bond-like, don't you think? The technique, the cool.
You need a 3.
Any of the others will be helpful.
Yeah. That's a 3.
1. Oh, I say. Can I just check that?
Yeah, that's.
I'll just slide this over to join. Just a moment. I'll just put them in a neat row, because the winner.
My guy Tom put out his hand. All right, good game, and Irving was still taking his win. You don't say good game until after I celebrate the victory. What are you doing?
To do.
Congratulations.
It's been a great pleasure.
It has
a great opponent, let me say.
I did not expect a board game from 4.5 centuries ago, was that, to be that compelling.
Yeah, it is compelling.
That
and I tell you something
genuinely,
amazing, is that knife-edge things are really often the conclusion.
Can I play a game with you, Irving? Can I get a game with the Fink? We could do it. We could have a blast. I'm somewhat intelligent. I can tickle your ear with tales of beyond and old stories. I might know a couple, 2, 3 things. You know, I don't know. You want to reach out? I'm open. You any day of the week. You give me a call. I'm showing up for the Fink.
Yes, of course. I would like to see a ghost. I've never seen one. It's very annoying to me.
They're the same. I have the exact same thing. I'd love to see a ghost. I don't think they exist.
So there was a whole school of specialist magic which was to appease ghosts and to send them back where they belong without any further trouble. So what they decided she needed, this ghost, was a young lover. So the exorcist makes a model of this portly lady and a model of a lithe, bearded, of course, energetic and sexy lover. The effigies, the clay models of them, are buried.
The Finkster playing game. He was like, alive, bearded, of course, a sexy lover. I gotta tell you, I'm kind of into that way of taking care of ghosts. If ghosts were real, get them laid. Get those ghosts laid. But The Exorcist wouldn't be a horror movie anymore. It'd be a porno. And the last video that I have is a necromancy one. I haven't seen it, but it was called How to Perform Necromancy with Irving Finkel. And I had to click it. Bit of a wizard myself.
You have to get a skull. And you put the skull on the table and you burn all this heady material to create the right atmosphere, and then there's a kind of oil which is used to anoint the skull, and then when everything is ready, this is what happens. The sun god, who really should know better.
I don't know if you caught that there, but that was the Finkster telling the sun god to watch his back.
And then the exorcist, or the specialist, the necromancer, asks this spirit a question, and you're supposed to get a true answer by means of this skull from this dead person who's inside it. Now that is a very interesting matter which I've been dying to try out. I've got a skull, but the diabolical problem is getting the right stuff for the oil, and in our supermarket you can't get all the bits. So this, I think, is something definitely worth trying at home. If you have the opportunity, you need to know who's going to win the Grand National. Get your great-grandfather's skull, put it on the kitchen table, bit of HP sauce, ask the question, Fat City.
We're not skipping over the fact that the Finkster just straight up was like, I got a skull. I got a whole great grandpappy in the back. He's on the desk. I also like he didn't give us the ingredients of that oil. Like, you can't get it at the supermarket. There's some wild ingredients in that oil. 3,000 years ago, there's some wild ingredients in that oil. But I love that. He's like, get granddaddy's skull, toss him on the table, little sauce on the top, little BBQ, little honey must, good to go. Next thing you know, you're getting the winning numbers. The absolute legendary Finkster, the most interesting man in the world. And if you're seeing this, Irving Finkel, if you're watching this, I need you to know, literally like an hour of your time, I would love to just hear some things, just some stories. We don't even have to record it. I'd love to record it, but we don't even have to record it. We can get weird. We can get weird with some stories, man. If that makes you better. Anyway, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. Check out this guy. I'll post the links to the British Museum there so you can look at him. Other than that, have a good rest of your time. See you in the next one.